It's time for another edition of Litter Media Live. It's the Tuesday edition for August 26th of 25. That is 2025. With me in studio, I'm Dan Ramey. He's Mike Smith. Those of you that know us, you know us.
You know us.
You know us.
Did we get a new camera?
It's who you know. No, it's the same camera. It was used Friday night as a handheld, and so that is the microphone. What people can't see, we're looking at a camera that has a microphone on top of it, and that was in order to capture the audio.
Gotcha.
That was,
Reminds me of a chicken with a comb on his head.
I was behind a guy yesterday. I'd gone to lunch or something, and I'm sitting behind a fella, and he had all these stickers in the back of his vehicle, and one of them was Foghorn Leghorn going, and he's got a rifle in his hand. And he says, "Boy, I say boy."
I say boy. Yeah. Oh, golly.
That's the rooster I think of.
Those were funny.
Yeah,
those were funny.
Good to have you with us here. Thank you for tuning in. And we have a lot of good things to share with you, good things about our communities. We call it beneficial news that you can use. And we're going to start with a look at the forecast to let you know.
I tell you what, man, yesterday was perfect.
Boy, I tell you,
I tell you, boy.
It was good.
It was. Last night when we went in the courthouse, I was actually a little chilly. But it's going to be more of the same. A nice weather week ahead of us. Sunshine and mild throughout the weekend, actually. We're looking for daytime highs, about 71 today, low to mid-70s for most of the week. And the overnight low, or lows, somewhere in the range of the low to mid-50s. I think there's one night later this week, maybe 50. I think I heard Columbus TV last night talking about upper 40s. So, of course, we're a little bit south of that. So, but this is ideal type of weather.
We can handle it.
Yes, sir.
You know, we've been conditioned for the hot stuff. Yeah. Why not be conditioned for the good stuff?
And the last several years, it's been hot this time of year.
Yeah.
Now. So, I know the farmers have been thankful. It's been a while since we've had some rain, but they're thankful for the rain that's come up to us by now. I think Columbus, north of Columbus, they had some showers last night, but we didn't get any of that last night.
We are dry as can be. We had that one quick little shower, about 7 days ago. Even my son, who he cares nothing about the environment. No, I'm kidding. But just today, he sounded like an old man. He says, "We need some rain."
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, you're turning into Mike Smith. But yeah, it's dust all over the place down at our
yard starts turning a little brown. And the crops, they look great, folks, but they do still need a little bit of rain out there.
You did see when we were up at the press box at Payne Valley how dry the soybeans were in that field behind the football field. It's amazing.
Typically, if I want to mow the yard during the day, the dew, now like today, we had a lot of dew.
Yeah.
It won't dry until noon. But last Saturday, my yard was dry by 10:15 in the morning.
Is that right?
And that's not typical. So, yeah, we just didn't have a lot of dew out there.
Well, and we don't have that much where we live because we have to pipe the sunshine in.
You see, for those businesses that did away with their Cracker Barrel, this is Cracker Barrel discussion here with Dan and Mike.
This is almost exactly what we talked about when we were on radio. We talked about when we get to retirement age.
Yeah.
We're going to sit out in front of the nursing home lobby there and kind of update people on what's going to happen, maybe do the menu for the day, that sort of thing.
Right.
Matt Litter has made this possible for us to come true.
Thank you, boss. Yes, absolutely.
So thank you very much. We do appreciate you tuning in for these couple of old guys. Our younger portion of our trio is not with us today.
Yeah.
He's on an assignment, and so we hope to have him back with us tomorrow. As long as they don't hang on to him wherever it is that he's gone.
And we are Dan and Mike, not Dan and Aaron.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I forgot to change that.
I didn't notice it before, but when I was saying, around the Cracker Barrel with Dan and Mike, and then I looked up and it said Aaron Glandon and Dan Ramey.
We have these little things that go across the bottom of the screen, like you see there, the @LitterMedia _ this is easier to say, #LitterMediaLive. But we've got those scheduled for each one of us. So I'm going to have to just hunt and peck here because I can't remember which one's us. That was says Mike and Aaron.
There's Mike and Dan right there.
There we are.
There we go.
Okay,
We're back. See, in radio, you didn't have to worry about these things. You know what I'm saying?
Precisely.
Yeah, it was just the sound of our voice.
And now you got to look at us. Well, you don't have to. You suppose you can look away and
Only
just
a
kind of
face a mother could love.
You bet. All right, coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at what's making news for you today. Also, just ahead, we'll get you caught up to date on what's happening in regards to sports and all. But first, we want to tell you about Hometown Motors Incorporated at 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe for their Skag clearance sale, which is going on right now with prices so low. You may have to find out if they're certifiable.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the certifiable and the prices, the certifiability, the mentality of them. Choose from a wide selection of Skag mowing equipment, but you'd better hurry because once the clearance inventory is gone, it's all gone. So we want you to get a new mower. Check into it now. It's Skag at Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe, or visit them online at hometown-motors.com.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our Kingston National Bank mobility app today.
Time now to take a look at what's making news for us across the Scioto Valley. Of course, you can follow along on our website, littermedia.com. All of our social media information is up in the upper right-hand corner of littermedia.com when you go there. And, of course, you can follow along with Litter Media Radio, our YouTube links. All that is available right there on our website, littermedia.com.
Adena Health has officially dedicated the first of 5 new school-based clinics planned over the next 2 years, marking a major step toward improving student wellness and making healthcare more accessible for families. The first of these new clinics, located at Pickaway Ross Career and Technology Center, begins serving the school students and staff this fall. Now, work is continuing toward the future opening of school-based health clinics on the Adena, Chillicothe, Huntington, and Unioto school campuses.
Yesterday, we had a couple of ladies in to talk about the Junior Civic League's golf outing, which is coming up September 14th. There you see Haley Lewis on the left and Brandy Abernathy on the right. And this is available on our YouTube channel where you can find out more about how you can be involved. They're still accepting sponsorships, so if you want to sponsor a hole or if you want to golf, you better give them a call. You can find all the information on their Facebook page, but you can also watch this interview we did with them to find out more about Junior Civic League and the golf outing. And I invited them back in when they get a little bit closer to that golf outing too.
Buckeye Construction and Restoration Ltd. in the city of Wellston expects to create 40 full-time equivalent positions, which would generate more than $3.3 million in new annual payroll as a result of the company's redevelopment project in Wellston. Buckeye is a specialty construction and construction management firm focused on historic preservation, revitalization, structural reinforcement, facility upgrades, and other services.
I remember when I was a kid, we had the presidential challenge and everything for physical fitness. Well, Ohio Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel and Ohio Department of Education and Workforce Director Stephen D. Dackin have announced the launch of a Team Tressel Fitness Challenge. Grades 4 through 8th, that's across the whole Buckeye State. The challenge will officially begin for students who opt in on September 8th. The challenge was created as a part of Governor Mike DeWine's efforts to make Ohioans healthier and help every person live up to their full potential. The challenge strives to help students across Ohio form those healthy habits in fitness, nutrition, and sleep through individual goal setting. 635 schools have opted into this challenge, serving over 160,000 students. My question is, where is this for we seniors?
Well, yeah.
Don't you care about us anymore?
I guess we got the silver sneakers. It's already there.
That must be it. All I could figure.
Pumpkin Show fans, get ready. Pre-sales for the 2025 Pumpkin Show merchandise begin today. And for the first time ever, official Pumpkin Show apparel will be available ahead of the show. You can purchase pre-sale merchandise at partner locations of the Asheville Circleville Apothecary, said it right on radio, in Circleville. They must have one also in Asheville.
Yes.
And the Pickaway County Visitors Bureau.
The Asheville Apothecary is the original, and Bob Mabe was the pharmacist at the time, and he's still involved. I think his son is involved with most businesses now. And my mom used to work for Bob at the old Asheville Apothecary, and that's where I learned what an apothecary was way back when I was a kid. I want to take a moment to tell you about the State Fire Marshal here in Ohio as they continue to experience an alarming decline in a number of its volunteer firefighters. Well, the State Fire Marshal's office and the Fire Academy has launched an innovative new portal to make it easily and directly connect Ohioans with available opportunities at their local firehouses. Basically, they're getting you together. Approximately 70% of Ohio's nearly 1,200 fire departments rely on volunteers. But a significant decline in the volunteer fire service is jeopardizing its future viability, because who wants to work for free, right? But I tell you, if not for our volunteers, we would be in a world of hurt. While the number of emergency calls is increasing across the state, the number of volunteer firefighters is decreasing. From 2018 to 21, there was a 6.5% decrease in the number of volunteer firefighters. Meanwhile, from 18 to 20, there was a 9% increase in calls. We have seen this. We've talked with folks from Scioto Township here locally, Chillicothe Fire Department, all the fire departments we have talked to, that they have an increase in calls. And I don't know if that's because 911 is more available to us than it was at one point in time, but finding people to answer those calls is the difficulty now.
Yeah. So if you want to be a volunteer, here's an easy way to get that process started. Our road report takes us to the city of Lancaster in Fairfield County. The southbound lane of Ewing Street is closed to install storm, curb, sub-base, and base pavement now through October the 15th. You need to follow the posted detour signs that'll be up to let you know how to get around. If you're new to the city of Lancaster, those detour signs will help you get where you want to go.
All right, coming up in a moment to look at sports. We'll see how the world of high school all shaped up. We've also got our Litter Media Game of the Week we'll share details about, and a quick little review on our Week 1 as well. All that is just ahead. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is your trusted comfort advisor. If you've got a need, I mean, you're at that point where it's starting to get a little chilly at night. Maybe you'll flip that furnace on for the first time and it doesn't work. You better make a service call. Hey, dial them up as early as you can. Don't wait till it's too late. Accurate will be there to take care of your needs. They are your trusted comfort advisor. Click on this ad anywhere you see them on our website, littermedia.com, and it takes you to their website where you can learn more about their services, who they are, and what they do at Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Just their web address, by the way, is accuratehvac.com.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe and hometown-motors.com online for Hometown Motors. Coming up in just a moment, we'll take a look at this date in history. But first, it is sports time, and last week's game was Paint Valley hosting Lucasville Valley. Our Aaron Glandon put together a highlight video that you can see now on our YouTube channel. It's available for you to peruse through and see all the goodies and the boo-boos that happened during this contest. This coming Friday night, we head to Pickaway County, Circleville, hosting Washington Courthouse. A couple of former SCOL foes going at it here. I want to say they are charter members of the SCOL.
Wouldn't be surprised.
They, along with Chillicothe and Hillsboro and Greenfield, was all in that old SCOL, and Wilmington was in their SCOL. So here's a chance to go back, and that's coming up this Friday night. Jay Sherritt picked up a win in his first appearance as head coach. Was it 16-15, I think, was the final there. Yep. Courthouse looking for their first win on the season. And
Chuck's back.
I was going to say, do they have a new coach, or is it the new old coach?
It's the new old coach, or the old new coach, something like that. I don't know.
So good to see Chuck Williamson back into it here then. All right, get a chance to see both of them on the sideline this Friday night.
Hey, a big shout out to a buddy of ours. Did we have Bryan's? Did we get Bryan in there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I leaped ahead.
Okay, that's okay. We can do whatever you want.
Let's do this now.
Okay. High school sports last night from the Haynes Total Healthcare Center scoreboard. A couple of the big matchups last night. Actually, it would be FAC girls golf. Chillicothe, who hadn't won a conference match in 2 years, has now won 2 in a row.
Back-to-back, baby.
And it took the best fifth-place tiebreaker score of 212 to edge out Washington Courthouse. Also, we just got this in a few moments ago. SOC2 boys golf last night. South Webster won that with a 174. That was 3 strokes better than West. But Waverly's Caden Corkerton was the medalist. He shot a 34. SVC was in their practice round last night. Volleyball winners last night, Paint Valley, Waverly, Circleville, Logan Elm. Logan Elm's not been beaten yet. All of those were non-conference matchups last night. Conference play gets underway for the SVC, the SOC, and the FAC tonight. In soccer, this was a story here. In girls soccer, Lynchburg Clay, 2-1 over Eastern Brown. That is the 100th consecutive conference win for Lynchburg Clay's girls soccer team.
Lady Colts.
That, or Mustang, you would call a Colt.
Oh, they are Mustangs, are they?
Yeah. So congratulations. Wheelersburg beat Unioto. Zane Trace and Logan Elm soccer and girls tied. Boys action, Jackson beat Circleville. Licking Heights beat Tays Valley 5-4, but Tays Valley's Gavin Waters scored a goal to become the school's all-time leading goal scorer. And in tennis, Miami Trace shut out Chillicothe 5-zip, and ditto for Teays Valley over Washington. Now,
we
your
can
old
talk about
buddy
this
there.
guy. Yeah, Bryan Wickline is the 2025 Prospect League Team Director of the Year. Congratulations. I'm telling you, you'll not find somebody better to do business with than this guy right here. And I texted him to congratulate him yesterday, and I said, well, we need to get a picture of you in your normal habitat with the floppy hat that you wear when you walk around the stadium.
This is a serious look here.
Yes, this is... I'm the guy you don't want to mess with.
Congratulations, Brian, on a honor well deserved.
Yes, and this, I can't remember how many awards this guy has won over the last 30 years.
Yeah. High school baseball, we just got word of this over the weekend. Trent Mettler will become the new head baseball coach at Paint Valley High School. Trent is a 2022 Bearcat grad. He replaces his former coach, Shane Combs, who resigned following this past season.
Because now he's an administrator, right?
Yes.
Was he juggling both at the same time?
I think he was doing a little bit of both. And there was a nice, I can't remember the publication here locally that comes out monthly, something living, not country living. It's whatever the other thing is. Shane and his wife Bethany are featured. They're the cover feature in this month's. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I
don't get it at home because
I just glanced at it when it came in the mail.
I think it only goes to Ross County, from what I understand. I live in Pike County.
But that was a neat article about.
You'd think they could wrap one around a carrier pigeon and have it just go 2 miles into Pike County, drop it at my house.
Now, I probably shouldn't bring this up, but Shane, of course, is a 1995 Paint Valley graduate.
Mm-hmm.
His
wife, on the state championship team?
No, he was. Well, I'm sorry, Uniota grad.
Okay,
Uniota grad. That's
right.
His wife, Bethany, who her maiden name was Gray, she was an outstanding athlete, basketball and volleyball, and also very accomplished in the Ross County Fair Lamb competition. She was a Huntington grad. Now, the story, Bethany, if you're watching, I can't resist this story. There was a year at our church youth camp, district youth camp, kids from all over this part of the state of Ohio. And Bethany Gray was there along with counselor, her high school coach, Kelly Downs. Mm-hmm. Well, they were out on the blacktop shooting basketball, during one of the breaks, and these young guys come along, not knowing who they are, and said, let's play a little 2-on-2 and see how we do.
Okay, boys.
Kelly and Bethany, absolutely. If they were betting on this game, they would have had ownership of everything these guys had. But those guys came away not knowing. And they said, man, have you ever seen those girls play ball? I said, yeah, I have.
What those guys didn't see before they walked up to the court was they were the old McDonald's commercial of Larry Bird and Michael Jordan kind of betting what you can do off the basket and everything. Those girls could do it.
They could do it. They could do it. I wish the Reds could do it consistently. They didn't last night. The Dodgers beat them. Anthony, or not Anthony, Green, help me, first name, Hunter.
Yeah.
Started first 2 innings doing well, but he gave up a solo shot. And then the same guy later, he gave up a 2-run shot. This ends up 7-0. The Mets won also, so the Reds are now 2.5 back for the final wild card spot.
What about that defensive play, though?
That was great.
There was a line right up the middle. It skipped up, and he, behind his back, grabbed it, tosses to Matt McLean, who throws on to Spencer Steer, double play ball.
Yeah.
But where was that when the bases were loaded?
Well,
that sort of thing.
It went over the fence. Yeah. And the news not any better for the Guardians last night. I can't see it. Can't block me out.
It was way too many too little.
Okay, 9-0. I got it on my script. The Rays, a winner over the Guardians.
Yeah.
So when we come back for this day in history, it also is a baseball theme from back in 1939.
Details in a moment. But first,
speaking of a long time ago, litter quality propane Nearly 100 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people. Litter Quality Propane.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
Whenever I first applied for the ArchWiz opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Time for this date in history, and we turn the clock back, as Mike said, to 1939.
The first televised Major League Baseball game is broadcast. Now, these call letters will throw you a little bit. On station W2XBS, the station that was to become WNBC television.
Bung, bung, bung.
Announcer Red Barber called the game between the Cincinnati Reds and the Brooklyn Dodgers at Ebbets Field. Now, regular programming did not yet exist on TV. In fact, in New York City, there were only about, now this is a city that's consistently been 6 to 8 million people over the last century. There was only 400 people in New York that had TVs at that time. But that obviously was soon.
And that's why they played daytime baseball games, and you would see hordes of people.
Yeah.
And you don't see that now because there's more TVs than there are people, probably.
Right.
Or digital devices now.
But probably what the backstory that led to this broadcast was, at the very same time, the World's Fair was also going on in New York, 1939. And that year, television, or its potential, was on full display at the World's Fair. So that kind of led them think, okay, we have a doubleheader between these two teams. Let's see how this works.
Let's do a test run
for baseball.
Yeah.
And of course now TV dictates to baseball how you're going to play the game.
And it almost makes it like, well, who's going to be watching?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know. We'll find out at some point in time. But you got to try it to see if it works.
Exactly.
And it's been kind of like that for us with Litter Media Radio, because a lot of people that I talk to, they're like, well, you guys aren't on the radio anymore. Well, that's not true. We are not on a radio.
Terrestrial station, right.
But we are on the internet with a radio station that we have built called Litter Media Radio. In fact, I thought I'm just going to throw this out here and see what happens this weekend. So I was playing the game in Bainbridge, I was able to get back home relatively quick. And so I grabbed the radio broadcast that we do. We record it on the machine that we broadcast through. And so I took that disc and I put it into my computer, brought it up, produced it, and put it on to go active at midnight on Saturday morning. And I thought, instead of like last year, how I would schedule it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, then again at 7 o'clock. And I thought, why not just put it on and let it ride?
Let it ride.
So all day Saturday and all day Sunday, people were able to tune in and listen to the ball game.
Yeah.
And so we'll probably do that again this coming Friday night as well.
I think the numbers were as good in replay as it was live.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people who are at the game, they'll come home and they'll want to either watch or listen because people love to hear their Johnny's name on the radio.
And we were the only show in town.
Yeah.
So an opportunity for you to see that. We've seen a lot of an increase of attention given to other schools with their broadcasts.
Right.
And so we thought, why not just, it may not be the best game, but it might be a game that is otherwise isn't going to really see much attention.
Well, look what the scores were. Probably 75% of the games, everywhere over the weekend. They were, I think there was probably 3 or 4 that I saw that were actually close games.
And we had discussed initially doing the Warren at Circleville game last Friday night, and had we been there, it'd have been a barn burner.
Yeah,
you know. And we may see that this weekend between Washington Courthouse and Circleville. So we'll see how things go. Yeah. You have been up to a couple of Circleville games.
But not in the press box, not in the new press box.
But you have been at, is it Savings Banks Field, they call it now, I think?
Well, it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago when I was there.
And then they played a game at Huntington, I believe you covered.
Correct.
And so I have yet to see, well, I guess I did see them at Logan Elm a couple of times. So we hope to. I've yet to be at a Circleville football game since 1981.
Right.
It's been, well, I'd take that back. 1982, when Chillicothe played under. It was the first year for Bill Trent, the New Blue in '82.
Okay.
And we had played at that point in time. That was my. Other than that, it was high school games.
We had 2 games last year that got stormed out. And we had to come back on Saturday.
One was Miami Trace Logan Elm.
At Logan Elm.
Yeah.
And then the other one, it didn't even get off the ground. That was Hillsboro at Miami Trace.
Yeah.
That was the thing about weather last Friday that was so great. I knew it ain't going to storm us out tonight and shouldn't this week as well.
Yeah.
So,
one quick reference to Miami Trace. A lot of us have been getting ready for Ohio State to be playing this coming weekend. Watch for the quarterback. He's the 5th quarterback, might be the 6th quarterback, but he's number 14. And he played for the Miami Trace Panthers the last 3 seasons as its starter. So congratulations to that young man. And it's pretty exciting to be in the quarterback room. Had a chance to interview him earlier this spring when that all came about. And it just, he was beside himself.
I bet. Yeah, I bet.
Can you imagine getting that call
Yeah.
and saying, hey, we got one scholarship opportunity for you. Why don't you come up? By the way, we're playing number 1 Texas
Yeah.
in the opening week.
Miami Trace has not been a stranger to players that went to Ohio State.
Arch Leister, Glenn Cobb.
Seemed like there was another one. Well, of course, the Grooms kid, he went to Notre Dame.
Right, Scott
Played
Grooms.
over there. So, yeah. Some talented guys over there.
I went to Boy State with Scott Grooms. And what was funny was I was at Taze Valley. He was at Miami Trace. He was in, I think, a roommate with some of the guys from Taze Valley. And we met at the pool, that kind of thing. I'm like, hey, Dan Ramey, nice to meet you. By the way, no, I wasn't the guy that caught the interception against you. You know, that kind of thing.
You had a pool at Boy State?
Yeah, up at Bowling Green.
Oh, well, there you go. We were at Ohio University, and we spent most of the time in our dorm and in the convo.
They didn't have the natatorium for you to go enjoy?
They didn't let us in.
Is that right?
I'm sure it was there, but they didn't let us in. Maybe they thought we'd soil the pool or something.
Had a military dad's dinner this past Saturday afternoon. 2 of my Sunday school students are U.S. Marines now, and they're serving today. Well, their dad and I because I told him, I said, we need to have a military dad's dinner. So we went out. By the way, thank you, Pete, for buying my dinner. Of course, I bought the boys' dinner.
He suggested it, but somebody else bought it.
So he says, this time I'm buying. And I'm like, okay, we'll do that. Just let me leave the tip. So I left the tip. But we went down to Portsmouth, sat down. You know where I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And had a fantastic dinner. But he told me that he went to Buckeye Boys State. And he was a 1990 Piketon kid. And so I'm like, well, that's kind of cool. I was there 10 years earlier. And he says, at Bowling Green? I said, yeah, we were there. And I thinking 10 years later, I think they finally got air conditioning in the McDonald Hall, where I did not have air conditioning. Yeah. That was the hottest 9 days I think I ever experienced.
Whoa. Wow.
It was incredible.
Back to Boys State. What was your assigned number?
Ooh. What was it? It was, I think, in the 200s, if I'm not mistaken.
Number one.
Were you number one? Were you a Federalist Party or a Nationalist Party?
I can't remember. I was on the city council, but because I was number one, I was the guy that carried the flag up and handed it to Governor Jim Rhodes.
How about that?
On stage. So, number one, baby. That's probably the only time I've been number one in anything in my life. Yeah.
That's not true. You were Sportscaster of the Year a couple of times.
Yeah, that's tough.
Associated Press.
But I didn't have a badge that said number one.
So you were a city councilman?
Yes.
Okay. What was your city?
I can't remember the name.
You can't remember that?
Yeah. Can't even remember the name. I room with a guy from Xenia that was in the tornado 4 years before.
Wow.
So there were a lot of guys from Ross County that was there, but for some reason I never ran into any of them at Boys State.
Really?
Yeah. So
I held on to a little Boys State program they put together for us, and I have yet to go back and track some of these guys down. But I did. My roommate was Jim Zeck. He was from Castalia, and so I remember that Castalia is not too far away, if I'm not mistaken, from Sandusky, and up around Lake Erie. But at any rate, I took the bar exam. So I had my law degree. I passed the bar exam. Thank you to the Funkin' Wagnalls that I took along with me. I took a little law book just to make sure. I was a state patrolman. And the crazy thing was, as a state patrolman, I had the opportunity to be the governor's bodyguard.
Oh, wow.
So our governor at the time, he won handily. And he appoints the guy who was running against him to the Ohio Board of Education. I think he was running the Ohio State Board of Education, whatever it was. Well, this guy sues him because he said you couldn't do something like this, going across parties and so on and so forth. So I am the volunteer bodyguard. I get to go, and I'm guarding our governor in the morning, and merely by guarding it, I'm standing at parade attention, throughout the whole thing. But I am witnessing, every one of the governors had an advisor. So the advisory committee from the American Legion was telling them, well, here's what you need to do. So I get to sit in on all of that. We have to go to the Supreme Court. So I'm escorting the governor to the Supreme Court. I hear the arguments between the two parties, and then we get to go back to the governor's ranch, so to speak, and the lieutenant adjutant general, he comes in because there had been a tornado that hit one of our cities. And we had visuals of this. The visuals that he was showing to him were beds turned over. Now, your bed at Boys State, and same as girls, was your house. That was your property. So things were turned over. Bodies were lying everywhere. Ketchup was poured on them. It was one of the most educational moments I ever had, all because they said, we need somebody to volunteer to be the governor's bodyguard. I'll do it, sir. It was cool. It was my favorite moment of Boys State. It really was. So, Kids, if you get a chance to do this, you got to do it because you learn about state government and all that jazz. And do I want to be a politician? No.
But I saw a different side of the American Legion that week that I'd never seen before. I mean, you think of the guys hanging out at the Legion Hall.
Right.
Not that that's a bad thing, but I mean, these guys were serious about instructing young people about our government and why we do what we do. And that was just a side of the Legion I had never seen before.
And they had a military structure about it, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a sense of order, everything that you did. My city, by the way, was Eaton, Ohio. And whenever we go over to Indiana and come back, you see the sign up on the Eaton. I'm like, I used to live there.
I wonder if your picture's hanging on the wall.
Vicariously. They're like, oh, yeah, Buckeye Boys State 1979. This guy.
That guy.
So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching today. We appreciate you. Aaron Glandon will be back with us tomorrow. So he'll be back to help run the show. I have been juggling things here today. So thank you for watching. Coming up this afternoon, we'll have another special edition of Litter Media Live. I'll be visiting, talking about the covering. That is coming up today. If you don't know what that's about, you'll find out more details. So until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. This has been this edition.
I'm saluting Trooper Dan.
Media Live. I even have my helicopter license, too.
Yeah. Did you have to go around like,
I did this everywhere I went. I pulled somebody over pretending to do that once, too, and gave them a ticket. See ya.